So today I'm back with yet another badminton string, and today I have this Kizuna Z69. I've been reviewing leaning and yonics and all, but here are some strings which are not very known, but they do a fair bit of job for you at a very reasonable price. So basically, first we talk about the pricing in India. So when talking about the pricing, this will cost you just 325 rupees, and that is way below any string with a gauge of 0.69. You can consider leaning number 5 of 0.68 gauge. It will cost you around 500 to 600. Then Nano G95 of Yonix, it will cost you around 550 rupees. Then you will have uh, I think Kizuna, it's there, leaning number 5, and one or two more strings you have, like yes, Yonix BG68 you have. So those strings, these are costing you around 500 to 600 rupees, and that's a lot. So for 325 rupees and plus the cutting charge of 100 rupees, for 425 rupees you are getting Kizuna Z69 strings, and that is really good. Also, if your seller, if your gutting person has this Kizuna Z69, there is a possibility that he will gut it for 400 rupees, the string and the gutting. So it all depends whether your seller has these strings or not. So basically the gauge of 0.69, and this is a soft feeling string. So soft feeling, when we talk about soft feeling is tailor made for doubles player. Reason, doubles game is very fast and you don't have much time to react. So the soft feeling strings, you don't have to exert much pressure on the racket for repulsion and power. You can clear the shots easily. But for a singles player, medium or hard feeling strings are good. Medium feeling can be used by anyone, like doubles or singles player, it depends on your game. But hard feeling strings are preferred by the singles player, like I am a singles player, so I preferred hard feeling strings to just hit a outright winner. But the hard feeling strings are not made for beginners. Soft feeling strings is of course made for the beginners. Reason being, you don't have to exert much pressure in clearing your shot, clearing the second line, or much repulsion power for your smashes and all. But the soft feeling strings, it will feel very bouncy. So when it feels very bouncy, you won't have the accurate shots, you won't have the pinpoint precision when we talk about. So the soft feeling strings, because they will be very bouncy, that is why you won't have much control. So if you want to go with more control, you can go with strings of gauge like 0.68, 0.67, 0.66, or above than that, like 0.63, or I've used Kizuna Z58. You have also seen the review of that string, so you can go with those strings if you're looking for control. But if you are going with the gauge of if you are going with a string with a gauge of 0.68 or above, then don't expect durability in that, and I would not recommend that string for beginner as well, because after all, if you're a beginner, you will hit the frame of the racket many times and you will break this string, so it will be a loss situation for you. So when we talk about disc strings, as I told you, the pricing, it's just 325 rupees. So this is a made in a Japan product, and this is exclusively available on Amazon. Also, if you want this string, I will give you a link in the description, and I've also compared this string with the leaning number 7 and BG65. So all in all, this is the outright winner than those two strings. And before going to the any conclusion or any differentiation part, I would again like to tell that Nano G95, BG68, all these strings, they're not at all good than this Kizuna Z69. This is really good. So this is the string, and the fragrance of this string, the new string, a badminton player will know how it feels. So now I'll gut this string on my, I think, Flex Power Saber Blade racket. That racket is costing me 1500 rupees, and I have been using that racket on outdoors play when I go to outdoors to play for just leisurable purpose when I am not playing indoors. So I play outdoors with my friends, and I will get that racket with this strings, because I don't think that these strings are made for professional players. So I will gut the strings on my racket and then tell you my initial expressions, how the string is, and you should purchase it or not. So stay tuned for the next part. Hey guys, so back with the review and a small correction. In place of flex saber racket, I gutted this Kizuna Z69 on my Apex Finapi 232 racket. This is one of the highest selling rackets from Finapi and a true copy of Yonex Nano Ray 89. So if you want to see the review and unboxing video of this racket, a link in the description will be provided too, so you can see that video as well. So now on to the review part of this strings. So first we will listen to the sound of the strings. So basically I gutted the strings at around 27 lbs on this racket, and guys, trust me when I say this, these strings are much better than BG65 titanium, even Nano G95 and leaning number 7. These are much better. Reason why I'm saying this, when we talk about the thick strings, which are the defensive strings, they tend to lose their tension. You know why? Because they are thick, and when they are thick they lose the tension, so they elastate and they lose their tension. So when you gut it, it's very tight, but after some days, after 3 or 4 days, they will be very frisky, but not in this case. So if you're a beginner, if you're a you can say, if you're not really serious about your game and if you don't want to spend more penny on the strings, so you can surely go with this string. Reason being, this will give you the power, the performance for many days. I think it will last for 3 to 4 weeks. When we talk about the same performance, it will be the same, it will retain the tension. That's really good, and plus it will be economical for you, because you can't ask for anything else in 325 rupees as of now. So that's really good. It will retain the tension, the string will retain the tension. And also, as you know guys, the more the higher the string tension, the more the accuracy, but you won't get the durability. But these strings are 0.69 millimeter gauge. I mean, these strings come with a gauge of 0.69 millimeter. So you can't expect uh, control with this string, and also much power, but the power will be more than Nano G95, BG65, BG65 titanium. If you compare it with these strings, surely it will be very good. I can say I have tested many strings, and you can say that all the strings with a gauge of 0.69 or even 0.70 and even 0.68, like Yonex BG68, this 0.69 Kizuna Z69 is much better than those strings when it comes to performance, power, and the precise striking. So I'm really amazed. When I talk about the net play, of course the net play is really good. If you have got the skills, you can turn up with a cheeky net play, and it will you can say it will trouble your opponent a lot. And also, if you're a beginner, if you're playing outdoors, I feel, because I was again an outdoor player before I turned professional, so my biggest problem was that I was not able to clear the second line. Second line is the second last line on, like you can see, I'm sorry if you know guys, then please don't abuse me. Like, this is your court, okay? This is one corner and this is another corner. So this is the last line, this is the outline, and just before that there is one line. This is called the second line. So if you're doing your high serves, or if you're just aerially dribbling the shuttle, so one player should focus on hitting this second spot, so you don't end up getting a smash or a drop shot. Hitting a shot from this angle from the second line is very tough for any player, so we strive for this second line. So when we talk about the second line clear, it's really good in this string. I mean, if you're a beginner, you will not complain that your strings are not generating power, and you're not end up getting smashes and all. So in that case, it's really good. Now, what should be the preferred string tension? That depends on your racket, that depends on your playing style. So if you want me to specially guide you of what string tension you should go with this string, of course, then you can go drop a comment in the sections. I will surely answer each and every one like I usually do. Now, talking about the string tension generally, if you're a beginner, I would recommend you to go for around 24 to 25, because uh, one thing more, I see people say that the more the string tension, the more will be the power. No, that's not right. The more accurately you hit the sweet spot, the center spot, the more precise will be the smash. And I have already said in my videos, string and all, a string of 0.65 millimeter gauge like leaning number 1, or BG66 like 0.66, and like BG65, there is some differences in the speed of the smash. But if you're consistently clocking the center point, then there will be very, you can say, marginal speed distance, because when you hit the sweet spot, then the smash is bound to travel at a very quick pace. But then comes a different point. For a beginner, you might not hit the sweet spot regularly, or you might hitting this spot. So if you are like that, no need to be shamed of course you can improve your game, but I would recommend you to go for string tension of 24 to 25, because if you will hit these spots, then you might end up breaking your strings, and that will not be very economical for you. Because I understand that being a beginner, it is very hard to get a new strings on your racket, and that hurts a lot. I have faced these problems, I can say 4 to 5 years ago, and I can feel your pain. So I would recommend you not to go beyond 24 to 25. Okay, if you're an intermediate player, of course 25 to 27 or 28 will be the desired string tension. And if you're a professional, please don't go with this string, because of course for the singles play, don't go for these strings, because singles games takes a bit of, you can get more time in singles play. But for an outright winner, like we usually do when we get a chance to smash, we have to get a outright winner, and for that these strings are not really good. uh, these can be a defensive string. So if you are a very defensive player in singles, and if you want to be very economical as a professional, which I don't feel that anyone will be, because everyone will be focusing on the game. But if you are economical, if you want some performance, so you can go with this strings. But I would again not recommend you. Yes, if you're a doubles player, you can go with this. Doubles player usually play with a gauge of 0.68, 0.67, or 0.69 even. I have seen many players. So of course you can go if you're a doubles player, because in doubles the game is very fast and you don't get much time. So of course these strings, these are the soft feeling strings. As I said, these are the bouncy strings, so they won't have the much control. But the strings will be returnable, because you will not feel impact on your hands a lot in the doubles game. So soft feeling strings will be very good for you. So this was my initial take. I'm really impressed with these strings. Surely much better than the Yonex or Leaning or Victor strings at a gauge of 0.70, 69 or 68. So I will surely recommend you these strings. Yes, the brand is not really renowned in India as of now, but I am sure it will grow a lot, because the strings are really good. I really liked it, and I hope you will also liked it as well, because as I said, the performance is par excellence. So I hope you liked my video. If you did like, please give a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel, because I'll be coming up with more badminton related stuffs in the future as well, and also some drone stuffs in future as well. I'm going to unbox a GPS drone, uh, a very fine GPS drone, in the coming video. So stay tuned for that video, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye bye for now.